So this is going to be a video. It's more of a live commentary format about a topic that was discussed on stream. Someone said that, oh yeah, I've been solo queuing comp in order to get better, and I said I think that that's kind of stupid and it's a dumb notion. And then that kind of spiraled into a tangent where I got a little pissy about how the common notion that these other YouTubers or whatever, and again, I'm not firing shots. I'm just saying my opinion, right, at that point. If someone wants to get offended, I truly don't give a shit. If someone wants to get upset at me or mad with me, they can take it up with me. If you're mad and you're a content creator and you feel like that I'm targeting you or subjugating you, let's talk about it, honestly. Let's talk one-on-one about it. Moving on from that point, I was discussing the fact how I really absolutely hate how the modern and the common denominator is that people will talk about very general hints, be like, oh, team shot, always be by a teammate, look at the radar. But I feel like these are just general FPS fundamentals that anyone who wants to improve should already know. And this whole thing kind of ticked me off, and I went on a tangent, and you'll see in these matches. Just wanted to give a little bit of preface and pre-context on what this is going to be about. Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at how to improve in a video game, you have to look at things objectively and understand why things happen the way they happen, right? And that's a problem in the Destiny community, is that people are incapable of looking at things objectively, or they're not very good at it. Sorry, I shouldn't generalize because it's just not fair. I don't want to generalize as much as I do, but yeah. You tried, except for the only problem is that I knew you had that, so I saw you pick it up, I heard you draw the sword. But yeah, you gotta understand like why things happen the way they happen. You have to understand why people do the things they do. And once you do that, it gets a lot easier. You understand just how easy this game is to improve it, and like how easy it is to become a top player. All it takes is maybe a little bit of ingenuity can help you out, and then just from that point, really studying and understanding. This game's got a very novice community, and that tends to be exploited pretty well by most people who know what they're doing.
Zone B captured. Zone advantage is yours.
I guess what I mean in that sense is that sucks.
Zone C lost.
I guess what I would say is a lot of people don't know how to think in the mindset of another player. They only know how to think in the moment, and that tends to be a problem, right? Because if you can't think in the mindset of another player, there's no possible you're going to be able to outsmart other players and think about how they're gonna play.
Zone C captured. Everything is yours. Relish this time.
I mean, yeah, that's just a general improvement mindset, Kamens. But like, having good merit and a good mindset isn't gonna help you in the long term, I could be like, oh man, I died, that sucks, right? But what does that do for me if I know why I died? How do I, how am I gonna take that and logically improve that? No.
Let the wolves rest. The hunt is over.
Like, I know that this guy does nothing but plays his barricade. I know he's a Titan, so I knew he's gonna play the barricade. Thing is, I could have ran in there and rushed it and just dropped him with the shotty, but I knew that there was more than one player on the enemy team there. I know this Iron guy always shotguns me. He's got T-steps, he's on a Celestial Fire Warlock. He's more likely he's more prone to be pushing me with a shotgun and willing to take that 1v1, like 1-to-1 trade with the melee, rather than take the safe gunfight, which is why I could tell he was backing up with the battler, right? If he got more damage than me, he probably would have just pushed forward and I would have been able just to jump on his head and shotgun him. Why? Because I know that he's always going to slide into every single engagement. Same with this guy. This guy jumps a lot. You can tell he jumps a lot. He's always jumping, right? I know that this guy here is going to be the guy with the no time to explain, or this guy. That's the battler. This is the guy with the no time to explain. He died. That's the guy. He's going to have his barricade up in about 20 seconds. The next engagement that I hand cannon him in, he's probably going to drop it immediately and then try to play in shotgun on me, right? I know that the what's it called? The weird guy using an auto rifle is back there. I just killed that guy who had a shotgun and has been pulse rifling me as well. So that leaves a battler, a messenger, and a no time to explain here. They're gonna spawn right here. This is gonna be the guy with the no time to explain. Cool. Now that means we got messenger and battler here. I know that these guys are gonna sit here and wait for the radar ping. He's gonna logically either go here, try to shoot my teammates here, he's gonna push here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play for the information, play for the sound. right? Play for the sound, wait for my teammates to push up here. I know that this is going to be the hand cannon Titan guy. There he is. Like I said, barricade's already down, right? And this is what I'm talking about. You need to understand how to think in the minds of other people. You have to get into their head and think about how they're playing, what they're going to do, and what their habits are. These rules change a little bit in 3v3. Again, here's our guy. He always slides when he shotguns. He does not take any shotgun fights or any shotgun challenges outside of a sliding default. And that's pretty... You might think, oh, that's not bad, but no, it is pretty bad when you do that, right? I know this guy's always sitting on his radar. And he has this habit where he always... I didn't shoot. He always has this habit where he sits on this flag in that exact spot to shoot out of the doorway. And I knew it was him because I heard the arc souls. I heard the pulse rifle. And I know that he would have turned and reacted to my radar ping right then if it was any other player. It's all about getting in the head of other people, right? This isn't the advice that you'll hear from other people. People will tell you, oh, play around your teammates, team shot, look at the radar a lot. But that's general FPS advice. That's not going to push you to the 1%. That's not going to push you to the 1%. That's not even going to push you to the 10%. Anyone can sit here, stare at the radar, and walk near blue squares, right? Anyone can do this. Anyone can do what I'm doing right now. It's not hard, right? Oh, my teammates are died. Time to back up now, right? This is super generic. But see, the smart player here is they're gonna be like, oh man, I have a super, and there's a bunch of guys closing in on a position that you think is weakened. Let's bait these guys into, you know, a false state of security and shit on them. Oh, this guy's camo on my teammate, but he's popped a golden gun. That's okay. I'm gonna challenge the golden gun, because why not? Oh, look, this guy thinks he gets a free push on me. I'm gonna turn around and whip him with the shotty. I might get the trade, but at least I got the frag. You know, things of that nature. No, most people, they're gonna see the super, these guys are gonna start running away now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a grenade, and I'm gonna try to sort of like fortify the backline here, you know, try to make this losing situation into at least a medium, you know, kind of, you know, a toss-up rather, right? Well, they've got two supers here. The super died, by the way. This guy's gonna throw a super into a super. This guy's gonna run into the super. Naturally, this is a net loss for me. So instead of challenging this stupid angle, I'm gonna sit here, play a little bit more default, a little bit more patient. I see 3 on the left here. 1 just died on the right. I know there's 2 on the right here. This guy is probably gonna go down. Nah, I killed my teammate. Cool. So that means there's 2 on the right here. We've got 1 behind and 1 in front. If I can evade the supers here, I will be fine, right? This guy's by himself. This guy's by himself. This guy's by himself. How do I know that? Process of elimination. My melee whiff, that's okay, we handled that. There's 1 on the left by himself, this guy just spawned here again. That means there's 2 on the C flag, 1's pushed up, 1's on the wall. Guy on the wall just died, there's 2 on the C flag now. There they are. This is the guy who sits in the scope, and he's dead, right? You know, things of that nature, I'm breaking it down. It's this kind of mentality that you need to do if you want to push into the 1%. Obviously, I'm not playing like this. I never play like this anymore because it's just not worth it. This game is like, I just don't view this game like this anymore. But if you want a good like example here, this is the mentality you need to be into. This is how you need to approach like when you read your engagements and I mean, you just practice. You practice and like kind of think about things. Not a lot of people can think that fast. Not a lot of people can play that fast. You're not gonna have to do that. Like that's not things that an average player has to do, right? Like I said, we're pushing into like legitimately top 100 player kind of concepts, and people aren't gonna tell you to do this, right? No, there's no other creator, there's no other streamer who's gonna tell you, okay, this is the reality of this situation, because everyone's just gonna tell you. It's easier just to tell you, oh, you know, remember to play around your teammates and recycle the same fucking regurgitated statements. And I sound like I'm you know, flaming other creators, but I'm not. I'm flaming the concept here. Again, it's always about the concept, not the player. So I'll give another example here. If it's like a decently differently structured map. Okay, Wormhaven's a good example here. So before I'm even loaded into the match, I got to consider how this meta plays Wormhaven. This meta plays Wormhaven depending on what the enemy team has, right? You have either a lot of turtling, not a lot of outside play, and a lot of mid play, and it's sitting around these lower connector doorways, right? That's where a lot of the gameplay happens. If you looked at a heat map, I almost guarantee it would be fucking dark red by these connector doorways. If you don't know what the connector doorway is, it's like red door, green door, right? So right where my crosshair is. Secondly, B flag is contested, and it's almost never directly contested from the flag, which is pretty unique in Destiny, right? So when I run this way and I contest it on the flag, you're gonna see these guys, they're not really gonna know what to do, so you're gonna see them just kind of run out and try to get a quick frag here, right? Good barricade. So again, like I said, These gunfights are almost always at the doorways. Always at the doorways. Every fucking time it's at the doorways. Like, yeah, I died because I wanted to demonstrate that. So now, we lost 3 in mid. My team's probably gonna turtle. This guy's gonna run in and die. My team's gonna turtle. What do I as a player need to do to break this? What I could do is I could start applying pressure to awkward angles of the map, like thinking right here, right? So a smart play for me would be to just rift camp out here and bait radar presence. To see these guys, like I said, put pressure, bait radar presence. These guys don't even know what to do. They don't even know what to do. They're just gonna run at me with Icarus Dash. My melee whiff, that's the only reason I died. Right? They don't know what to do. Their thinking is, oh man, it's one guy on the radar. I'm gonna sit here and kill him. And I should have died there. The game literally just didn't function correctly, but whatever. Also, I should have hit my hand cannon or shoddy shot, right? And so now, like I said, my team's gonna turtle. They don't know what to do. These guys are just gonna sit in the doorways. And it turns into this whole thing where, again, I repeat the process of I need to apply pressure to these awkward outside angles on the map and try to break up these engagements for my team. Why? Because I don't have any data on how this enemy team's gonna play. I don't know how to get into their head. I just know how my team is gonna play, and I know how the enemies are going to play, which is they're gonna try to get these frags from the doorways. Why would they give up map control? That's stupid, right? This guy's just gonna try to shotgun me, and I'm gonna abuse the shit out of that. I know that he's not confident. Why? Because he would have kept running at me. He would have tried to get that shoddy kill, right? He would have tried. He didn't even try. He just saw, oh man, this guy's running away. I'm gonna pull out Ace of Spades, right? He gave up, and I know that, and I can exploit that. So I know that that guy, he's got a lack of confidence. He isn't sure what to do in these kind of engagements. So what I can do is I can put him in a complex engagement, and he's probably gonna pull out the wrong weapon 9 times out of 10. Right? And I know that this anomaly guy, he's got a very hyper-aggressive playstyle. I can start using that to my advantage. I know exactly where he is on the map. He's right here, right? So what I can do is bait the radar, and see? I know exactly what he's gonna do. He doesn't know what to fucking do. I'm in his head. I know what he's doing. I know exactly where he's at. I know the play he's gonna make, and that's why I'm able to kill him like that, right? Same with these guys. They don't know what they're doing. They're posted up. They see radar ping. They're pressured. They don't know what to do. Here's Anomaly. I put 2 shots in. I drop the rift. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm just literally going to walk away and bait him into the engagement. He's going to fly around this corner in a second. And I'm going to throw my grenade and he's going to die. Right? Here he comes. There it is. What makes me laugh about this little clip here is the fact that we have no presence in the middle of the map or contending the top. The enemy team is literally just staring at the radar, terrified of what to do. Mainly because they've had one player put pressure on them. Namely, that's me. I'm the only player that's legitimately contested them in the forefront for like the first 2/3 of the match. And it's just funny to go, and it goes to show just how painful and how like damaging this free information, things like the radar and so, and I'm not, you know, protesting the radar, but I'm speaking generally here. How damaging it is to the pacing of the game, right? And again, this goes back in the whole mentality of don't challenge without an engagement, don't push without your team, right? And you can see that this like kind of meta average player playstyle comes into effect here, because what a good player here is they would have read the situation already. Oh, there's nothing up top. They got to be down low. Let's slide it and get, you know, fight for information. Slide out, shoot a hand cannon shot, slide back in. It's a costless information gather, and it lets you know what play to make. And you'll see if you pay attention to other players who like, you know, played in tournaments or comp or trials or whatever, you'll see them do that. They'll be very quick slide in, slide out, and they'll just be able to relay this information and make a play based off of that. Throw my grenade. Around the corner? Cool, he's sitting on it. I'm gonna bait the radar on the corner. Take a step back. Cool. I want the shoddy ammo here.
Opponent claimed Zone A. You're pulling ahead. Zone advantage is yours. Zone B captured. 2 down. Does Ikora know you're this good? I'll tell her. We haven't talked in a while.
So I give props to this guy because he's actually like, he's got a relatively dynamic playstyle. He's changing up how he's playing instead of just flying forward. And I think it's because he knows that he's not going to get away with doing it in this lobby. So we know that this guy here is always the guy with the pulse rifle. This guy doesn't know what to do when you put him in a complex engagement, so I know how to use that information. And spawns are going to flip, so I'm going to push up here. Give me a sec. Cool. So, the pulse rifle guy is going to be trying to lane me out from here, or the flag or whatever, so let's be ready for that. Again, Magic C, not really sure what to do in a complex engagement, so we can just, let's abuse that every time, right? That's a super, it's going to flip the spawns, I'm just going to move over here and just drop my super immediately. This guy should be already pushed up enough to anchor this spawn out. Me using super put a lot of like attentive weight on it, so. And you are out of ammo, my friend. Goodbye. Counted your bullets. Like I said, put him in a complex engagement, doesn't know what to do. He's a special heavy, like a special weapon heavy player. You can tell based on that, you know, kind of thing. Good play by Anomaly. It's unfortunate I was in a better position than he was. And just like that, I get a we ran, right? And I'm not even playing good, right? Like, I'm not even playing good. All I'm doing is using basic fundamentals of reading and understanding player engagements. Oops. I accidentally fucking grabbed the ledge.
Stop yelling. It's just a question.
Simple as that, man. Simple as that. I'm watching 3 teammates struggle to kill 1 guy right now.
Zone B lost.
I knew that he was gonna make that play because he's got like I'm pretty sure he just has 100, what's it called, res. He's gonna run away. He's gonna give me the ammo for free. I think I've commanded enough respect from the Anomaly guy that he knows that if he's in a if he's at a disadvantage, I'm gonna capitalize on that. I'm gonna know how to capitalize on that. So the best part about that is now I can you know play some metagame here. I can make him think I'm gonna do it, and then I just use that as map control, which is what I did, right? I just did that to grab the heavy ammo and then kill an arc staff in the process as well. So this is gonna be another guy. I'm just gonna back up. Pretty shoddy kill, nothing too complex there. And then this guy is gonna know I'm weak. That's Anomaly. And I'm just gonna sit here and I'm gonna try to divert a little bit of this attention off my team. My team, right now, what I'm relying on is my teammates doing a lot of the work here, which is exactly what happened. All I did was get these guys to turn around so my teammates could get 1 free bullet each in them. And that's all it takes, right? This guy's gonna try to capitalize on this damage. I'm gonna fly through this doorway. He died anyways. Guy up here. They're gonna start trying to get map control, and I'm not gonna let him get away with it. Throw the grenade here. Nothing too crazy going on there. Oh, I thought I had a chargeable light stack. I did not. Alright, that's like what, super number 4 we've killed?
3 minutes remain. Keep the pressure and you have them.
Maybe Rise. Depends on how bored I get.
Lost.
Teammate just played a great bait play there. Unfortunately, he got scared and didn't commit to the gunplay. If he committed to the gunplay, we could have killed everyone here. Alright. I don't know what his health points looked like, so I can't really criticize. Try to bait out an engagement here. I have no teammates near me, so it's just gonna be kind of me dropping a rift. Yeah, he's scared. I'm in his head. He's scared. He doesn't know what to do because he's gonna try to counter rift me and play around it, and I'm just gonna sit here and waste their time. Unfortunate. I wanted my grenade, and I kind of used it at a bad spot before. Yeah. I'm too used to kickstart timing. A little bit of a bad play by me. I need to run. Oh, I broke the tracking. Sec. Okay, I know how to make this play here. It's gonna be kind of, yeah, it's gonna be kind of shitty because my team's not pushing anything. And this is where we get into the whole concept of if my team's not engaging, then I'm just like I'm just gonna die over and over again, right? Because I have one of two things. I can sit here and then I can try to take these 1v5 duels over and over and over and over and over again, or I can try to break up the map control and the map positioning that the enemy has and try to make it so that my teammates don't have to challenge fair fights, right? So they can challenge 1v2s instead of 2v3s, you know, 2v2s, 4v4s. Because my teammates, I have to... There comes a point where I have to consciously accept that my teammates are incapable, they will not be capable of winning fair one-on-one gunfights. They will not be capable of it. And that's just the reality of the situation, right? So I have to accept that, and I have to play around this fact. Because it's just, that's just the truth of this. You know, it's not fun, but it's the truth. Like, this guy, he's taking really crazy engagements. I don't know what he's doing. can't believe nobody shot at him. So we got this guy who's weak. He's probably getting shot by him. And this guy. So we've got another person out there with the Fadebringer, right? So what this is going to look like is me kind of just pushing up here, putting pressure so that this enemy team can't get back into the map. Fortunately, this barricade is very awkwardly placed for them, so I'm just going to have to be playing a little bit more around default plays and kind of working around this. This guy's starting to get some confidence, and you can tell because he's recklessly challenging, or he's stopped caring, right? And again, this is what I'm talking about, you know, I try to break up this map control, get into these positions that's a lot more difficult for the enemy to work around, or something that simply makes it easier for my teammates to shoot, right? Sometimes being a good player is not all about winning all your gunfights and, you know, going 50-0. Sometimes it's just about putting information on the radar that the enemy overreacts to. It's kind of like faking a bomb site in Counter-Strike, right? You're going to throw all these utility items over, smokes, flashes, mollies, grenades, and they're going to make the call. Enemy's going to panic. They're going to be like, oh shit, they're pushing, you know? We might even run into the bomb site and get 2 frags, but you best know that we're going to be flying straight through mid and running straight to the other bomb site as soon as you're rotating. Hell, we might even have a worker posted up just ready to catch you and walk through the door. You know? So anyway, this was off the cuff, just right off the top of the head on live stream today. And I decided why not upload it. I haven't uploaded it in a while. All in all, like, the teammates weren't too awful in those matches, so these are kind of not necessarily cherry-picked, but they're, like, not awful examples. There's some cases where you just lose, right? Sometimes the enemy's better than you. Sometimes your team's just not good enough, right? It's just a foregone conclusion from some certain points, and I'm, you know, quoting Cammy in that. But something to keep note of is always just try to keep a note of at least 1 or 2 enemies if you're kind of getting started off with this. And then the rest of it, you know, maybe make simple notes and practice it and think about it. Like I said, this isn't something that a lot of people are really going to be able to do. You know, simultaneously shoot, communicate, talk about plays, and also make mental notes about what the enemies are doing. It's just not going to happen for most people, and that's fine, and that's why you have teammates, because you guys can work around that and be like, okay, I think I know how this guy is playing. I'm going to, you know, try and work around that, or things of that nature, you know? And it's something that's not really worth crazy overthinking, because again, it's Destiny 2, and ultimately a lot of plays are complete RNG, but this is a way to minimize that to some degree. But like I said, my team wasn't too bad. There's certain plays that I made that were fucking horrible, and there were certain plays that they made that really were stupid, or just, like, you know, didn't help out a lot. It's never a one-man job, and it never has been and never will be, unfortunately. A lot of the time it's a 2-man job, but that's a whole other thing. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. I feel like I could have did this better. Maybe I'll do it better later on, but I just feel like throwing this out here on the tube. A nice little 23-minute video, and I don't really have anything else to say, so if this was enjoyable, cool, I guess. If not, I'm sorry that you enjoyed it and thought I was, I don't know, an arrogant person or something. Bye.